think there's so much exciting stuff to come.
It has a lot of twists like you don't expect.
There's such a rich storyline.
This is gonna be awesome.
Well, you know you're gonna get some amazing VFX sequences and some great scares and some really great action, but I don't know that everybody's prepared for what they're gonna see with these great characters.
I mostly just read Zootopia porn, so.
With these great characters.
Rick and Morty.
Beautiful 180.
In 2022, Netflix dropped the Resident Evil show onto their platform. Now, this was a big deal because this was the first live-action adaptation Resident Evil we had gotten in a single year, and it made that one look much better by comparison.
And you know, last year we were voted best place to live in the world.
By who? Lululemon Horse, guys that jerk off to CrossFit, Elon Musk.
This show was a fucking failure. There were actually plans to release this on a physical Blu-ray that Sony fucking just canceled because of how bad the reception was. This is a project that they were embarrassed of. Fans completely wrote it off as having nothing to do with the franchise and distinctively not being Resident Evil, and critics shat on it for just being straight up fucking bad. Now, were they right? Yes. But before I shit on this show, I want to talk about the whole landscape of what's going on here, because there is a lot going on. So we're just gonna run it down.
We have tons of people who know everything about Resident Evil and the Resident Evil lore, but we really want to open it up to new audiences. It's a new take on a franchise, but it's also its own thing.
You took that yourself?
I can work a needle. I'm gonna be awesome at heroin.
So this show is about Jade and Billy Wesker, the daughters of Albert Wesker.
So I got this call, there's this thing coming up, Resident Evil television, and I had never, I didn't even realize that it was a video game franchise. So I only knew the films. This film's with Mila Jovovich. Is there anything in there for me? So I read the first 7 episodes and I was hooked. Who is this guy? I gotta play him. What is the story? I gotta be in it.
I think, did you feel any of the fan kind of no, this has to be right, this has to be good?
After it was announced that I was cast, yeah, I did get that.
Something you might notice is that Albert Wesker in the show here looks very different from how he appears in the games. He's not wearing his sunglasses. Well, that's because this isn't the real Albert Wesker. This is a clone of Albert Wesker in this show. See, one night the OG Albert Wesker was just sitting on his couch watching MTV, hitting that good old T-Virus Kush, and then Clone High came on. And he had a fucking wonderful idea. He would go on to make a bunch of clones to do a bunch of his research for him in a little secret lab of his. Kept them contained there, he'd abuse them, all that fun jazz. But one night when Albert Wesker and his little goofy clones are all working hard together, him torturing and whatnot, Evelyn Marcus comes in, the daughter of James Marcus.
Well, I knew about, of course, the franchise. I played the games. I knew about the world of Resident Evil. Evelyn wants to be like her dad, right? Mm-hmm. That's what she's seeking, love and respect from her dad and from the world. And she probably didn't get that at home, and she probably doesn't have the respect of her dad.
We'll see which one of us is gonna die.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Evelyn Marcus also has herself a son. Had herself a son. She and a whole squad from Umbrella are there to fucking kill Wesker. He gets away, but not before shooting one of his clones in the fucking head, like a fucking asshole. He fails to kill his other 2 clones though, Bert and Al. After that whole invasion, he fucks off, presumably to go die in a volcano. So Evelyn Marcus decides to start working with the Alberts that are there. She takes Al and they go off and she has him do a bunch of genetic work and shit. Meanwhile, Bert, the other clone who Al thinks is dead, is locked away in a little prison cell, being forced to do work for Umbrella. Sometime down the line, Al separates from working directly under Evelyn, and he gets his own position of power and all that jazz. So life seems good for Al, right? Wrong, because you see, Al's a clone, meaning his cells are dying, I guess, because they rapidly age. So he needs young natural DNA that doesn't come from him in order to restore himself and keep himself alive. So as a way to do this, he decides to create 2 daughters with some donor eggs. So Al's using his daughter's blood to keep himself alive. Sometime in the future, you know, they end up moving into New Raccoon City, which I guess Umbrella just decided to do for some reason. I don't know why you would want to recreate the town that you fucking destroyed, but hey, whatever. And while they're there, Jade and Billy realize Umbrella's doing a bunch of experiments. Billy and Jade end up breaking into the Umbrella facility. Billy gets fucking bit by an infected dog. And then she starts going all crazy throughout the show. Jade is also there. You just figuring shit out, I guess. Now, the show actually cuts between the past and the present. So in the present, we see adult Jade Wesker trying to create a cure for the T-virus, or at least develop some kind of defense mechanism against it. I'd say a good 50-50 of the show is past and present. Both suck. So past Billy and Jade are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with their dad and Umbrella. And present Jade is just doing a bunch of shit trying to get back to her family. Now, a very important thing to remember with this show is that every event that happened in the games has happened in this show. The only difference is that Wesker is played by Lance Reddick. So all the shit with like Chris and Wesker, Leon and Claire in fucking Raccoon City, all of that is canon to the show, but also not, because this Wesker is not the same Wesker as the Wesker that was in the games, but they also clearly expect you to have some sort of information about the storyline in the games, because a lot of it is implied shit from the games. But it's also not canon to the games because this is not the Wesker from the games. So the best way to simply view it is, this is a world where everything happened in those Resident Evil games. It's just Wesker is a different race. That's basically all it is. So with everything that is going on with this show, from the past shit to the present shit to the implied mystery going on. By the way, all the shit that I just explained with the multiple Albert Weskers and the whole blood thing, him needing blood from his children. Yeah, all that shit's basically just like a bunch of plot twists and reveals that happen throughout the show. You know, it's not stuff that you go in knowing about. So you think with all that information, all of that stuff happening, all the shit just going on, that even if this show wasn't good, like real stinky dog ass, it would at least be like interesting to watch, you know, unfold. Like there would be something there that makes it like, you know, somewhat engaging, right? Even if it's in a so bad, it's like you can't, it's a fucking train wreck. You can't look away from it. It's gotta be interesting at least, right? Like it could be awful, but it has to be interesting, right? Like, there's no way they just made this whole show with this insane fucking setup and it's just like absolutely fucking boring, right?
I mean, the writers have done such an amazing job of kind of incorporating this very delicate tapestry of the franchise, but kind of presented it in a way which is so new and refreshing and scary. Sorry.
I knew the show was gonna fucking suck going into it. Obviously, it was gonna fucking suck. It's Resident Evil Netflix. But I was hoping that it would be the kind of suck that would be fun. You know, like The Magic Begins or some shit. But no, it was just really aggressively fucking boring. It was so fucking boring. I don't think I've ever watched a show where I just wanted to fall asleep more than I did watching fucking Resident Evil. Because of how the show is structured, going back and forth between the past and the present, whenever it cuts back to the past, and I know that a specific character is alive, I know they're not gonna die, or I already know that they die at some point. When you're cutting back to the past, I have no reason to fucking care about anything that's happening when you try to interject tension into it, because I know that character, I know Jade Wesker in those situations when you're trying to make me feel tense for Jade Wesker isn't gonna fucking die because I see her in the fucking future. I know Billy isn't gonna fucking die because I seen her in the fucking future. And they try to remedy this by just lying to you. There's just scenes where Jade is like, my sister is dead. And then there's another little conversation bit when her and Jade meet up for the first time as an adult, where she's like, how's dad? Even though she would know their fucking dad is dead. Is she referring to Bert? Like, did she acknowledge Bert as her dad as well now? Because I'm pretty sure you called him an uncle before. So it's just you lying to the audience for the sake of your shitty fucking bait and switches. Like, oh, my sister is dead. Oh, wait, no, she's actually alive. And I actually knew this the whole time. I was just saying that as a little pranksy on the audience there. Go fuck yourself. And that's the other thing. The characters are also not likable. I don't care about the characters. And if I don't care about the characters, I don't give a shit about what's happening in the fucking show. They try to make them likable with this fucking shitty dialogue that they have. And to their credit, one of the reprieves from how boring this fucking show is their horribly cringe dialogue, which they fucking front load in the first episode. There is so much fucking cringe dialogue in that first episode. It's insane.
It's utopia porn, so.
It's no wonder why the first time I tried to fucking watch the show, I got 30 minutes into an episode and then just stopped. This is some of the most egregious case of like clear 40-year-old person writing dialogue for someone who's supposed to be a teenager and just not understanding how teenagers interact and talk at all. It's fucking baffling to watch. God, it's horrible.
How do you do, fellow kids?
By the way, in case you're wondering what I am cooking, I have no idea. I'm just winging it. Definitely want some cayenne on this bitch, though. So as I said, I don't care about the characters. They're all very cringe and stupid, especially past Jade. And future Jade is, oh my god, she is quite possibly one of the dumbest fucking characters I've ever seen in fiction. And to be fair, there is a point to how stupid she is. They do try to wrap that into like her character arc or whatever, but it's done really fucking bad, and it's also just really funny. Eagle horse. So here's like the primary example of like them creating a situation in which she is stupid, where they're intending for her to be kind of stupid, but you're also still supposed to be endeared to her because it's like she acknowledges that she's an idiot. But no, I'm sorry, this is unrelatable levels of fucking stupid. She has a daughter whose name is B, also a shit character. She purely exists to create conflict for the story. There is nothing, she is a nothing character. There is nothing to her. She's just there. And she's there to be an item that Jade goes after when there's like danger or something. It's meant to be, a cute kid for the audience to look at and be like, what a cute kid. But all she is just a fucking nuisance in the story. There's nothing endearing that they write about the character. Like, she's kind of off-put by the idea of her mom at first. She's not like excited to see her mom or anything, so that's like something, but they don't do anything with it really beyond that. She pretty much just immediately gets over it. But one of the main ways that they utilize her for conflict at the end of episode 6. So Jade has found a way to deter the virus, but she needs to test it on a live subject. Her and her science partner found it together. She's pregnant, by the way. She's like, oh, hey, this is great. We need to get a live subject, though, to test this out. So let's just wait for approval from the people in charge or whatever, or the council or whatever. Probably take like 2 weeks, and then we can get going on the live subject experiments. And Jade is like, mm-hmm. And then as soon as the girl leaves, Jade goes out on a boat and she grabs the first fucking dead thing she finds, and she just brings it onto the ship without any approval, sneaks it on. And by the way, here there's a really good example of how fucking dog shit the horror in this show is.
Okay. Sorry.
Horrible jump scare here.
Brew! Gotcha, scared you.
So she brings the infected zombie on board to experiment, and she leaves the fucking door to the lab unlocked, so then her daughter just waltzes on in. Now, you'd think that would be the thing that was Jade did that was fucking stupid, was just leaving the door unlocked for her kid to come on in. And then the zombie would like wake up and then start freaking out, right? No, Jade acknowledges that her daughter is there. She walks up to her. She's like, oh, hey, look, mommy's just doing some experiments. And you'd think at that point she'd be like, I need you to leave the room. But she's like, no, B, just stand right over there. Stand away from the danger zone. I just need you to stand over there and it will be fine. And guess what? Because the kid is only here to create conflict, she doesn't listen. So when Jade is going over there and she's using this spray that deters zombies or keeps them uninterested in living things to test it, the zombie doesn't react to her until the daughter walks over. Now, immediately, I want you all to think about this. Imagine you had an infected creature in a room, not properly secured, and your daughter waltzed in. What would your immediate reaction realistically be? It would be, hey, honey, get the fuck out of the room, please. Or, hey, look, I need you to leave the room. I'm not gonna keep you in the room while I do experiments with this fucking zombie in here. Don't meow at me. It creates a level of stupidity that is just unrelatable.
Relatable.
Because it's not something anyone would rationally do, and anyone who would do that rationally is a fucking idiot no one would like to begin with. So naturally the zombie escapes and it starts chasing after her fucking daughter. Jade sucks now all of a sudden, so she can't stop the zombie, even though she's been presented as, at points, being near superhero-like. Like, some of the shit she survives is insane, but then she'll also just get knocked out by a simple knock on the head from a gun or pushed over by a zombie. You know, she can survive 60-foot fucking fall without breaking her fucking legs or even scratching herself or ruining her fucking perfect Chanel makeup, but, you know, the zombie pushes her over anyways. Fuck consistency, right? This wouldn't be something that would normally be an issue in something like fucking Indiana Jones. I don't give a shit that Indiana Jones survives a fucking nuke sitting in a fucking refrigerator. It's not that big of a deal. But in a show that is this boring again, and this stupid consistently, it's a big deal because it's the only thing that I'm thinking about. I'm not being entertained by the exterior shit going on. Honestly, Indiana Jones 4 was probably a bad example there. I don't think people really liked that one. But whatever, you get what I'm saying. The zombie breaks out, it escapes, and then as the daughter is running away, she runs past the pregnant lab partner. And the zombie fucking jumps and murders her like in front of the fucking daughter. And again, this isn't a relatable situation. This isn't a situation where a character's stupidity could be excused or understood. It is pure fucking stupidity that no one can relate to and no one would ever experience. Because no one is dumb enough to let their fucking child in a room with a fucking zombie and willingly allow her to continue to be in that room.
Jade, first and foremost, is a family woman. She will put herself in harm's way to try and make the world a better place for her daughter.
You stay right there, by the door.
A few moments later.
It worked!
Okay, I just want to throw this in here too real quick because, like, not only is this clip, like, just showing complete and utter disregard for her fucking dumb kid's life, but also, it is so stupid that her strategy is to spray herself with the shit first and then walk up to the fucking zombie. Like, you think you might want to test it on a rat a little bit, maybe you want to see if there are any toxic side effects, you know, anything at all before you just straight up spray yourself with this fucking shit that you very recently discovered. Again, supposed to be smart, supposed to be a really intelligent character here, but she doesn't think about any of this fucking shit. What if the thing you just sprayed yourself with now gives you fucking cancer, right? With more time, you could have figured that out. It's so fucking stupid.
It's a bit of a trap that, you know, a lot of movies fall into lately, which is like, they're like, here's a bunch of random people, you kind of barely know them, you met them in one scene, and now they're gonna die, and you're like, you know, okay, they die. And you actually find yourself rooting more for the thing killing them than you find rooting for them. Yeah. And so our hope this time around was to create some sympathy with these girls and with these characters, so that when the bad things happen, like, you feel for them.
Pornhub.
It is so funny to watch it all unfold because you know how preventable the situation is. It is a comical level of just fucking stupid. So stupid shit like that doesn't make me like Jade. I already didn't like her before that point, but that being there just completely removes any chance of likability for the character. Again, I see what they're going for. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's just not good. And again, past Jade isn't likable either because of just how not only stupid she is, but also because of how fucking annoying she is. The same thing goes with Billy too in the past as well. Here's another instance of just unrelatable stupidity. This one's a little bit more understandable considering the age of the characters, I will say. So Billy thinks she is about to die because she was bitten and is infected, and she was told that she would only have 3 days. Now, Wesker is aware of this, and you think Wesker, being a supposedly smart character, would keep her contained, keep her locked up, you know, make sure that she isn't able to get out and cause harm? Nope. He just lets her go to school on the second day because she isn't showing regular symptoms. And then he gets mad when they start going out and doing fucking teen shit. And you'd think this guy would have this shit on lockdown because, again, he's supposed to be a genius, but no, he's fucking stupid. So, of course, on the third day after Billy starts experiencing a bunch of side effects and know that she is likely going to fucking turn, she and Jade decide, oh, let's go to this very public party. I'm clearly very unstable and could be about to fucking die and turn into a zombie and, you know, kill a bunch of fucking people. But, you know, let's go to this very public fucking event. And Jade is just on board with it because, again, they're fucking stupid. And again, Wesker is a fucking idiot who didn't think to just simply keep her contained. The show just insists so heavily that these characters are supposed to be smart on some level. And at every turn, they are just constantly doing shit that proves otherwise. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is the lack of power behind the big fucking monsters in the show. They're not in it a lot at all. There's like 2 scenes, I think, that have like giant monsters. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3. But they never feel genuinely threatening. The slug thing that we see right away in the beginning at first seems threatening. You know, he fucks Jade up. But then it gets taken down by just 3 guys with machine guns. And it's like, are you serious? Something that big, something like that? You'd think you'd need a fucking rocket launcher to even fucking scratch, and it's just down like that? That thing was a fucking pussy.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
We were finding ways every single day to put in homages, and it'll be fun to watch the fans track those. Things like the triple barrel shotgun, the special plants that give people life.
The special plants that give people life. I mean, yeah, she's not wrong, but they're called fucking herbs. Just call them what they are. And that is some limp dick ass herb, by the way. That looks like shit. That doesn't even look, it looks like they made that out of paper. It's fucking mogged by the game ones. Holy shit.
We have a certain logo on a certain skateboard that people will recognize.
It's just the umbrella logo. That's just the umbrella logo. That's fucking everywhere in the show. Why are you acting like this is some big crazy fucking Easter egg? You didn't even do anything that cool with it. Why didn't you just make the whole wheel the fucking umbrella symbol? God, I'm just bitching to bitch at this point. Oh, Lord.
This show has a genuinely egregious use of licensed music. It's so unbearably fucking cringe. I don't understand why they decided these picks. Some of them are so just obnoxious and unbefitting of Resident Evil and the tone of this series. And it's just like, fuck, man, come on.
Not how I imagined.
I also don't like when they reference real world shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe Resident Evil the games do this too, but for me, I like that Resident Evil is in its own little world with its own little technologies, its own search engines and shit, completely separate from things like Google and stuff.
I want it so that no tech company ever hires you. Not Apple, not Google. I want Pornhub.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong about that. I just prefer Resident Evil with its own little technology and not with real world shit going on, you know? I don't like when they reference shit like fucking PETA or Zootopia porn. I think that's annoying.
Rick and Morty.
You know, in this show, it doesn't feel like there's any real point to it beyond just acknowledging that these are things that exist. The action is really lame. It's not like the worst action I've ever seen, but none of it is special or interesting at all. Some of it feels very slow and poorly executed. Like they have this one-take scene with this guy here that's clearly supposed to be super cool, and it just comes across as really awkward and not well executed. And then, you know, there are a few bits where I don't mind the action. There's a scene where, you know, Jade is sawing off the head of a zombie. That's kind of cool, you know, a chainsaw decapitation is always fucking sick. I'm never gonna say no to something like that. That's an instance of the show doing something that I do think is legitimately cool. But those are pretty few and far between. This is fun. I like this format. I mean, it's not good for like a traditional video structure, but I don't know, I'm having fun.
The most challenging part is just making sure that it not only looks scary, but it looks realistic. It's very much a visual effects show.
The computer-generated images here are very mid. Ideally, it looks fine. Like, look at the dog here. It looks, you can tell it's CGI, and it does look kind of bad, but it also looks kind of good. Like, it's just on the cusp. Like, it's just not finished. There's something off about its textures and stuff, but the lighting on it honestly looks pretty decent. Like, it looks well integrated into the scene. It's just the model itself doesn't look finished. So they're not like the worst effects I've ever seen, but it feels unfinished a lot of the time, sadly. Oh yeah, they also mentioned COVID quite a few times in this, and that was really distracting. I don't know why they felt the need to do that. I guess in episode 4, they also mentioned SpongeBob.
It seems like you would care a lot about stupid stars, considering you are one.
Well, fuck you.
Again, I've been reiterating that this show has bored me quite a bit. The absolute peak in terms of just how uninteresting this show is, though, had to have come during episode 5, and I'm gonna say episode 8. These are the 2 least interesting episodes of the show. Like, none of these episodes are good, but usually individually they have something in them that I can find something to grasp to, right? Like episode 7, for instance, it's one that everyone made fun of because of their depiction of Wesker. They're like, oh, Blade made a cameo, that was a big joke surrounding it. But like, I find the Wesker clone stuff at least interesting. That was a compelling development that I was on board for. I was like, oh, that's actually neat. And even though they don't execute upon it well, it was at least a concept that I could say I liked. And they did stuff with Bert breaking out and pretending to be their dad for a little bit was kind of fun. I didn't mind that. Episode 5 is... oh my god. Literally, I want to say the entire first 30 minutes of that episode you could have condensed down into just like
7 minutes.
There's no reason it needed to be that fucking long. It was one of the most grueling aspects about this entire show. And I'm not gonna lie, I watched this shit at 1.5 speed and I was still bored out of my mind. It was insane. I was watching it faster, at a faster speed, and I was still bored. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. I don't think I've ever watched something at an accelerated speed and been as uninterested in it as I was watching that. That's not something I usually do either. I don't normally turn up the speed for like a show or a movie that I'm watching. But like, god damn it, I couldn't help it here. So this episode is about Jade and Billy basically discovering the research and experiments that their dad was a part of, and them going through his lab, trying to like figure shit out, you know? And they spend the first 30 minutes just trying to figure out how to get into his lab, figure out what he's leading them. They're following these vague fucking clues that Wesker left for them so as like little riddles for them to figure out. And it is all so uninteresting. It's all in this one location that is just so bland looking. And then they have these arguments and discussions about like the secrets being revealed and all that. I didn't care at all the entire time it was happening. I was waiting for them to talk about something that would be justify the amount of time that they are focusing on this. And it is a big moment for them, like discovering the fucked up research their dad's been doing. that is an important development, but it's just like the episode does so little of actual interest with it that I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, please just find the fucking room already. Once they get in the room and they start looking around and shit, you'd think it would get more interesting, but it never did. And my god, this show thinks you're fucking stupid too. And that's another thing that I hate. Not only is the show itself stupid, it thinks you're fucking stupid. Because they open the episode with some random soldier who's clearly supposed to be Billy, and it's like she takes off her mask and it's like, oh my god, it's gonna be a big reveal at the end of the episode. Then they cut back to the future at the end to reveal that Billy is alive. That's the other reason why this episode is so fucking boring, actually, is because it's stagnant. It stays in the past for its entirety, pretty much. So because of that, you are stuck in this one room the entire time. You can have an episode of a show where it's just one room and one character talking the entire time. BoJack Horseman proves that that is possible. The Free Churro episode is amazing. And it's just him talking about his fucking mom for like 27 minutes with no music or much of anything. But, oh god, the writing just isn't good enough to carry it here. And we have episode 8. This is easily the silver medal because there is still stupid shit going on and there's tons of like cutting back and forth and stuff. So, you know, there's a lot happening in the episode, but despite that, this is where it like just completely peak uninteresting for me when it comes to the past shit. Because by this point in time, we now know every character who is going to die and who isn't going to die in the episode. You know, Evelyn isn't going to die. We can assume Simon would probably die here. That or he's going to fuck off somewhere. I don't know. But, you know, you understand by this point who's all living and who's all not. So it makes watching the past scenes so fucking boring. To its credit though, I will say I did not expect Evelyn to fucking shoot her son like that. That legitimately surprised me. I thought it was really funny, but it was something that was surprising. It caught me off guard. I was like, okay, shit, I didn't think they would do that. The reason why this one ended up pissing me off so much is because they tease something interesting, but then when they execute it, it's just underwhelming. For instance, they tease this giant crocodile that Jade has control over. And you think it's going to come in and it's going to do some crazy fucked up shit. Maybe it's going to fuck up some zombies. Maybe it's going to do some cool shit. Nah, it just kind of walks around, rolls, gets shot at. I think it killed someone. But it's just like the show, it was hyping it up so much. I am a simple man. I like Godzilla. I like watching things where it's just big lizard destroy shit. That is fun. I like that. It makes my brain happy. The show built it up so much in that episode, and it just felt so disappointing. It basically does nothing, and then it gets killed by drones. And it's like, you teased me, you fucking whore. I just wanted to see the lizard break shit. That's all I wanted. This episode also is another example of them utilizing Jade's daughter in a very stupid way. Again, she is a character only here conflict. So she leaves the fucking boat for some reason. I don't know if she's gonna go help her mom or something, or maybe she's just escaping. I don't really know what the plan there was. It's just kind of something that happens because the plot needs a development. Like they need Jade to get off the boat and go back on the island to go confront her sister again. And the only way they could think to do that is by having the daughter just leave the safety of the boat that she's already on and go to the island. And it's so fucking dumb. They're just trying to manipulate you into caring. It's just an excuse for Jade to go back to the island. And when she does go back to the island, she gets shot. I'll get you, bitch! And then Billy kidnaps Jade's daughter. And that's how it ends. It's honestly kind of funny. Like, that's just the end of it. And I also find it so bizarre. Like, it's a crazy coincidence that just like with Welcome to Raccoon City, the end of that movie teased Ada Wong. Like, oh, hey, Ada Wong will be in the next movie. And we never got the next movie. The end of the show teases Ada Wong too, because Jade gets her fucking phone number in a car when they're escaping after their dad killed himself to blow up fucking the Umbrella Lab. It's just really fucking funny that 2 Resident Evil live action projects in a row both ended teasing Ada Wong for their sequel season or sequel film that is never gonna happen. For future reference to Resident Evil filmmakers and television show makers, don't tease Ada Wong at the end of your project. It's just gonna kill it. It's like the certified kiss of death.
And then as we move forward, if we're lucky enough to move forward, more game elements will find their way in, because in a lot of ways, even though we deal with a lot of lore in season 1, this is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Umbrella, when it comes to Tricell, the family, the Redfields, you know what I mean? Everybody, Leon, like there's a lot more out there to be discovered by our characters, and we'll get to see how they come in and how they are.
Oopsie poopsie! Anyways, I'm sorry. I know this video sucks. This is very scattered shot, not well made. I also just didn't care. I know I said it 1,000 times, but this show was just so fucking boring. Like, the only way I can muster myself up to talk about it is to create an absurd setting where I just started cooking. And I didn't even cook anything. I cooked some fucking beef, and I've got onions and peppers just like sauteing. That's it. I don't even know what I'm gonna fucking make out of this. I got Brussels sprouts. I also got some radishes that I might utilize.
Okay, so this is what I ended up making. As you can see, I got cognac noodles. I sort of mixed them around with this fire roasted garlic habanero sauce. I can't really taste the garlic in this, but it's decently spicy, so I like that. I got my beef with cilantro, onions, and peppers all mixed together. A couple little radishes, and then I got peas here for my fiber. So yeah, that's what I ended up making.
You should eat your vegetables, is what I'm saying. Because you deserve fiber, and you deserve to not die of colon cancer. I think most people can agree that this is probably the worst Resident Evil project. It is so aggressively uninteresting and aggressively shit. It is a show that thinks you as an audience member are stupid, but it itself is what's stupid. It doesn't have respect for your intelligence. It doesn't have respect for Resident Evil. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully we had some fun. This show gets a 1.5 out of 10. I fucking hate this show. I despise this show. This was bad. I can't wait to get this video out so I never have to think about it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. If for some reason you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and leave a like. I'd very much appreciate that. You know, comment down how you felt about this show. You know, if you like this show, tell me if you like this show. I am curious if anyone actually likes it. Also, if you're curious about my opinions on movies or anything coming out or whatever, I have a letterbox you could check out. Anyways, thank you for watching, and have yourself a good day. Bye.